younger that still has that hopefulness, attached to it is all very neutral when you're older, and you just get really the feelings of gratitude, fulfillment, and those things that we're all craving and that we want.
Mm-hmm. I have a question. So I saw this quote a couple of days ago saying that 90%, don't quote me on that, guys, but about 90%, basically all your relationships before 30 will fail. Romantic relationships will fail. So it's good that you had them, they're out of the way, now you're 30, now you can quote unquote starting having like your real relationships, romantic that will probably last. And would you agree with that?
Well, I don't know that statistic about dating and relationships. I do know that more people are holding off on getting married.
Oh.
Whereas we saw a lot of people getting married and having children younger, that has been extended to later years. And so I think that people are more comfortable with finding who they are and then getting a partner. And that's probably part of the factor,
Yeah.
that is involved in that.
Because how difficult, in your opinion, it is to maintain a long-lasting, stable, mature, romantic relationship if you don't know who you are?
That's so difficult.
It's
Because first of all, you have to know who you are, but then your partner should know who you are too. Right. So we want to know our partner as well as ourselves. So, yeah, again, we have a luxury now, which is that we can wait to start families and start to find partners. And that's a luxury that we have now. That's really, I think people are saying, I'm going to cash in on that luxury and wait a bit.
yeah, it is a luxury. So, Deborah, I just remember I wanted to share a story real quick. We were talking about giving it back, right? And how this is fulfilling. I had a guest on the podcast the other day. Her name is Braca, and it's her story. It's not mine. She said that actually it's a story that someone told her, and then it doesn't matter. So the story the story goes, there was this person in their flat, and they were depressed and miserable and just eating pizza and just drinking or whatever, just extremely unhappy. And turns out, like, a neighbor rang the door and asked for their help. They asked this person's help to move the couch or some type of furniture, something like that. And by then they had already ordered